on the back bumper of the leader, Bill Elliott. Wilson, with 10 laps to go last year, was in this position, second place, but then crashes in the final lap, took Wilson out of the running. I'm sure that's going through his mind as well as he chases Bill Elliott against Dale Earnhardt. Comes down on the inside and takes a look at running in the low groove.
We can see Darrell has dropped back a little bit there, but I don't think it's any problem. He's just kind of coasting, seeing where he'll fit in. They may be getting ready to make their move. They're going to have to do something here if they're going to pretty quick.
4 times in history, the lead has changed on the last lap at the Firecracker. Will it happen again this year? Elliott has run a good race, and of course he has victories here on this track. So Bill Elliott out in front with the help of Rick Wilson. Elliott started 38, now runs in first place, and is he looking at a win in the Firecracker? Well, the spoiler could be the combination of Earnhardt and Waltrip, as here comes Earnhardt in third place, car number 3, down on the inside once again. And again, Waltrip lays back just a bit and stays out of that pull. Out in front, Rick Wilson, look at him. He maneuvers right behind Bill Elliott.
I think he's going to have to stay right there if he has a chance. White flag is out, one more lap, so now's the time, the last lap. If anybody's going to do anything, this is when it'll happen.
The guesswork is over. Wilson moves down out of his more familiar position of directly behind Elliott, tries a little bit on the low side. Remember, too, that depending on where they place their car relative to the car in front of them, then they can actually affect the handling of that car in front of them by spoiling the way air is coming off the back of the car. But look at Earnhardt. Earnhardt closes up behind Wilson and then has to fall back as Wilson makes his move down to the inside. He is alongside Bill Elliott. Wilson alongside, pushes a nose just ahead. Will this be the first victory for Wilson? Elliott is alongside now. Elliott forges ahead, and Elliott with a nose just ahead of Wilson at the line as they touch, coming across to finish this race. Elliott wins the Firecracker with Wilson in second place by inches.
Well, there was experience against youth. You saw Rick Wilson make his move. He did it a little bit soon, and Elliott still had the momentum he knew to be able to come up on the outside and pick him up by just a couple of feet at the finish line. What a finish.
Ernie Elliott and the crew, I think, somewhat uncertain as to how the finish actually occurred. But it was Bill Elliott out in front of Rick Wilson. Earnhardt finishes in third.
Third. That's 2 third places. 2 third places for Phil Parsons this year.
Yep. How is it? take a look again at the finish of this race. At this point, approaching the line, it is Wilson out in front. And look at that three-car battle for third place. But back at the lead, it is Elliott just barely over the line ahead of Wilson. Then they touch door handles. They almost both lose it. They get it back under control. And at the same time, Phil Parsons was able to move past Waltrip and Earnhardt and pick up third place. Now, let's talk with our new winner, Bill Elliott. Here's Jackaroo. Let's take a look at the finish again now. That's Rick Wilson approaching the line in the bright yellow number 4, and Elliott to the outside. Wilson for the moment had it, and then as they hit the line, it was Elliott ahead. At the same time, a three-way battle for third that Phil Parsons won by getting around Earnhardt and Waltrip. Now, let's go to winner's circle and talk with Billy Elliott. Here's Jackaroo.
Everybody kept hurrying around. When 4 car got behind him, they started picking up position. And then when that green light came back again and he was behind him, we were able to stay in front of the rest of the guy. That's what it took. You know, he just about beat him back to the line. I think he made it move a little bit later. Well, he was leading you. He exited turn number 4, and you really didn't put this thing away until just the start of pit road. And that last 300 feet to the checkered flag. Coming on 4.
Let's take a look at the finish one more time here. That is Rick Wilson on the inside to the right and Bill Elliott to the outside. Coming to the line, Wilson had it, and then Elliott just inched ahead at the line. At the same time, Parsons won the three-way battle for third place. Now, let's go to winner's circle to talk with Bill Elliott. Here's Jackaroo.
Yeah, good job, big guy. Might have waited too late.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Want it from 38. Okay. I do.
Nobody had a party as anybody else. Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, Bill Elliott, you came from the back of the pack, but you had to stave off Rick Wilson. A lot of yellow paint on the car in that last lap.
Well, it got pretty hairy there at the end, but I knew he'd be the car to beat because with him behind me, I could run pretty good. The only thing he did was he made his move a little bit too early, and he didn't get a good enough run and go. But still, he almost beat me. If the finish line had been on at the exit of the trial, he'd have beat me. But you know, that's the way it goes. The car just picked up enough to pull back past him, and he wasn't able to pick it back up quick enough.
Hard work all day, or did you have a feeling that you were going to be able to take this one home?
About 100 laps in the race, I had no idea because I was almost a lap down. We blistered one tire. It seemed like what started out bad got worse, but then the last 50 laps, it just got better and better. When the 4 car got behind me and we saw we could run quick together, you know, then he helped me. That's all there was to it. He helped me to get to where I'm at.
Well, Jerry Punch is with the other combatant on that last lap. Jerry?
Well, red paint on the side of this Oldsmobile for Rick Wilson, the hometown driver from nearby Bartow. And Rick, did you make the move a little bit too early?
Well, I might have it. You know, the car was running awful good. Bill couldn't run a lick by himself, but I could run with me and him hooked together. We could run real good. I just waited the last lap, and I thought I'd made it, but I thought Earnhardt was going to go with me. That was my big mistake there. He's been going to the bottom, and I thought he would go, and if he did, I could have beat him. And I pulled up beside him until we got all close to the finish line. I thought I had him, but Ford just started pulling. But I want to say the Kodak Film Oldsmobile team done a great job today. They kept me up front. The car worked great, and this is our best finish, and just thank the Lord for a safe race.
Rick Wilson finishing second here at Daytona.
You went over a couple of tires there in the corner, and you'll get $750 from the folks at British Manufacturing, and a $250 contribution as well going